7's good enough. 7 chilies. Hi guys, today I am back as promised as I make my delicious two-way spicy salmon salad and also lap salmon salad. As promised in the last two videos, I was telling you guys about the property spirit and personal belief, so on and so forth. If you missed those, story time, I could say, you could watch the last two mukbang I recently did. And today I'm gonna try and remember what my grandpa has told me a while back. I don't know if you guys remember that video where we were sitting out in the front, and he was telling me all sorts of story about how the spiritual guidance and the property spirit and this path, because he's been at this property since he was in his teens, right? And so he has lots and lots of stories, and I've had things happen to me. My mom has things happen to her ever since this house was built. Actually, before this house was built. Anyway, before we get into the story, I'm going to make my sauce, my usual papaya salad sauce, which I've made many times, so I'm not going to show you this step. I will, however, show you the lap part. So I'm gonna there is 8 chili in here. I'm going to crush it up, make sure I don't get it on me. I actually already cut up my salmon because I figured, well, you guys don't need to see me cut my salmon again, because I did that a while back. You see, you need to be away from the mortar. And again, if you don't have a mortar, you can use a food processor or a food processor. It is no longer cold. As you can see, I'm already sweating, and it is still a little overcast today, but it's still hot. It looks like it's about to rain. I know in the last video, I did a mukbang with my mom, and some of you guys were like, "Oh, what happened to your story?" Blah blah blah. So here I am. I was like, I have to do this story time video because I said it a while ago, and and I know some of you guys have messaged me on Instagram saying, "What happened to your, grandpa's story time? Where's my?" So I have chili. Where is my garlic? Oh, chili, garlic. Garlic is basically optional. I put just a little tiny bit because it does make it a lot more spicy. So this is what it looks like right now with the chili. Just that. All right, now just a side note, when you make your papaya salad sauce, this yum sauce, there's so many different ways people make it. You can put tomatoes in there, you can put Thai eggplant in there, you can put green long beans in there. This is the way that I like it because I like to eat my tomato on its own, and so sometimes I don't put it in there, and sometimes depending if I have something citrusy, because tomato is very citrusy, right? Citrusy, I skip it. I don't put the tomatoes on. So today I'm gonna just put chili, garlic, Thai olives. I like a lot, so I'm gonna put 3. Mom actually there is a tree right outside over there, but I thought it was the same kind, but Mom said it's not. It's actually a Thai olive that you eat raw with like spicy dipping sauce. So I basically just cut the tail off, right? And then I basically cut it in half like this. See all this juice right here? This is the good stuff right here. This is what makes the sauce kind of like sweet, dry. Oh, it's so good. And once you put this on, you can't really hit the mortar really hard because everything will go everywhere once you start to have juice in there. If you don't have sugar syrup here, this is when you would put your sugar syrup or regular syrup in, or regular sugar in here. So I basically just put a little bit of hot water in there. So there is chili, garlic, Thai olives. I'm gonna put sugar syrup. I like it sweet, so I put a lot of that on in there. And fermented fish sauce. And I know you guys, some of you guys, you know, you have like the best memory, because I remember one time I was you know, testing out recipes, right? And I've put two types of fermented fish sauce in here. This one is known all over Thailand. This red label, red cap, this old school. Oh, actually, it's Mae Bun Lam brand. This lady, she's been around many years. As much in here as I like it to be. If you like a lot of sauce, you put a lot of sauce. I think today, should I put some tamarind juice? Yeah, why, just a little bit. No, I'm gonna skip this and I'm gonna put lime instead. I tend not to put fish sauce because the fermented fish sauce is already salty. Oh, lime right here. Lime, I like to put the whole thing in there. And my magic powder. MSG, you guys, MSG. We have a saying in Thailand, the more you put it, in translation, the more you add, the more delicious it will be. Now, taste test. Woo. You know, that is good. So I will leave the sauce right here for when, after I finish the other recipe, because the salmon is going to sort of soak in too much of the sauce. So I want to make sure I finish the sauce first. So I have my gold bowl right here. Oh, I also want to tell you, some of you guys really wanted to get my the gold pot that I use for my noodle video. Just letting you know that it doesn't actually work on the electric stove. It has to be the gas stove, because I tried it and the pot kept going like this. So chili, dry chili, crushed chili, the toasted rice, okay, onion, cilantro, and sawtooth herb a little bit, so you can just mix it in there. Usually people don't put fermented fish sauce in here, but I do just a little bit. Fermented fish sauce, just a tad. Lime, lots and lots and lots of lime. This is almost like the seafood sauce. So basically, I think I need more lime because it's supposed to be sour. So if you make this with pork, like cooked pork, blanched pork, usually it has a little bit of juice or water in it, and so it makes it a little bit more easier to mix in here. And fish sauce. You guys are making fun of me because I said fish sauce. It just comes out like that. I can't help it. All right, let's try it. Yes, more fish sauce and more lime, I say. Oh my gosh, that's actually really good. Tastes exactly like the flavoring of the chicken skin lap, fried chili lap, sour and spicy. So this is what it looks like. That is the sauce that we are going to put on the salmon. Put that aside, put that aside, put this aside because we are done with that. Put that over there, put that over there. As I do a lot of mukbangs outside, I get smarter and smarter. I know the trick. Put saran wrap on your salmon or seafood so the flies don't come hovering over when you are trying to do a mukbang outside. My chili so I don't forget this and this. Ooh, I can hear the fish in the pond. So I got my plate of vegetables here. This is my sauce in here. I cut the salmon into cubes today because I want a full big bite. Salmon goes in. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look so good? Wow. Now, something extra today. Pickled garlic. Oh, see? Hear the flies? There we go. Okay, on this side. That looks so good. You know what? I think I'm going to put it back in here. Yeah, perfect. And then my uncle got me a coconut. I'm gonna put it right here. So you guys, where do I start? Where do I start? Let me just open this chili. This is original. Also, side note, there is a coupon code right now. Either you can get a 25% off of your whole order, or you could get 2 free veggie chips with any order from the website. Okay, first bite chili. Oh my god. You see? I almost forgot. Take this. A little bit of this. Be right back. Alright. Now we can dig in here. A little bit of chili. Yes. First bite. Gross. From the garden, up front. Perfect. Second bite. I don't even know which ones I like more. Let's eat and talk at the same time, yeah? Okay, so as promised, you know, like I said earlier in the beginning of the clip, that Grandpa has been at this property, working on this property, growing his plants and fruits and taking care of this property since he was in his teens, right? This property is actually owned by his boss. he was working for her, growing things for her, landscaping basically. And he said that before his time, this whole area used to be a traveling path for different travelers, villagers, and you know, in the olden days where there's no roads, it's just like forest, like dead on forest, and when you walk through it, you have to like make your way through the forest, like cutting all the leaves and the plants and the vines out to make a path so you can actually go through. And this part particularly, and it goes all the way to my aunt's house, which is Dong's mom, and used to be like river path, right? That's why there's like, oh my god, stuck. That's why you see like ponds and where the papaya tree is up there, put rocks and soil actually up there, truckloads, loads and loads and loads to like cover up the water. And before we built this house, my grandma, well, I call her grandma, but she's actually May's grandma. She said, oh, we have to be careful not to do it too much. We have to leave a little bit of water because it is a pathway for spirits guidance or spirits that was here before us, you know. And so that's why we left some there. It's basically there. We have to make room for pathway for them still, you know, as they are still traveling without obviously us seeing them or whatever. So my grandpa was saying that other day that, like, you know, we have to respect the property spirit, our ancestor that was here before us, spiritual village, all that stuff. He told me that because I grew up in Canada, right? He thinks, he obviously kind of had a feeling that I don't believe in that stuff. And, you know, when I was little, I didn't, because I went to the temple. I went to church, Christian church. I grew up going to the temple and believing in Buddhism, and, you know, and then when I moved to Canada, my mom made me go to church because her husband at the time was a Christian. And so going from being a Buddhist, I feel like I'm all over the place. What else is new? To going to the temple, going to Sunday school, learning about God, you know, and then as I go older, as I grew up and grow older, I basically made my own, like, decision and decided what I believe, you know. I know, because a lot of you guys always ask me, like, what is it that I believe in? Like, religion wise, plain and simple, I respect all religion. There is a higher being, higher spirits above our human being. There is something out there. I just don't know what to call it. I don't have a name for it, you know, but I know that there is something out there, right? Because I was exposed to so many religion and so many cultural differences in Canada growing up there, you know, you kind of learn and realize like, wow, there isn't just one God, you know. Never mind, I'm not even gonna be like, oh, scientifically, but anyways, back to Grandpa's story. He said there are people that was here before us, people who treasure spirits and feed the spirits. And you know, even when I was little, it's like I knew there was something there, but I just never said, oh, I believe in ghosts or whatever, right? So Grandpa said, you know, all these things he tries to tell me or teach me, like, if you go somewhere, you better make sure you ask for permission first, or you know, before you sleep at a foreign area or place or somewhere that isn't your bed, make sure you ask for permission to sleep there, things like that, you know. We also believe in the afterlife as well too. I bring that up because on Grandpa's birthday, we had the monk come over. We invited them to come over, and as I mentioned, you know, we pray, we give thanks to before we eat, and we also offer the food we eat to our loved ones that has passed and our ancestors and all that, like our offering basically. Grandpa was saying, like, if you notice, you know, when you go somewhere and you're eating something or you have something in your hand or you're trying to go somewhere like camping, let's just say camping, you pick something off the tree and you eat it, and some people get sick and some people get ill, or you go somewhere trying to go fishing and you're trying to live off the land, sometimes without asking for permission, you might get ill, or it might make you sick or things like that. And so for that being said, the last time that Nico and Emma was here, they went fishing. Not on this property, but like at the end of the lake there. I'm not sure if my sister vlogged, but you know, we at the time we didn't think anything of it because it's just for fun and they didn't catch any fish. So as we like look back on that day, so the only person who held the fishing rod was Nico, Emma, and myself, and all three of us got super sick. I got better. Nico and Emma was still really sick, and up until the day that we were leaving for Bangkok when we visited. And then my aunt, the one that lives right there, so she's been living on this property for a long time now, and she said I'm going to go ask for forgiveness at the property spirit at the spot that we went fishing. So what she did was she bought a pig's head, because it's like a customary thing where you offer something like a sacrifice, right? And so she went and said, oh, please, this is our offering, please forgive us. My niece and nephew is really sick, please let them get better. And I kid you not, the next day, the day before they were like, oh no, like they're like sick in bed, they can't do anything. The next day they woke up, it was like a total different feel. They were like, oh, let's go to the mall. We're like, oh my gosh. So it's things like that yeah, people say it might just all be in our head. The flies are coming. But like I said, it's all what you believe in, right? So those are some of the things that to some people could have associated with when the dogs are here. I know my aunt is coming. Anyway, so, and another random what like it could be was before we built this house, when they were just taking down all the tree and paving all the roads and like cutting down all the grass and everything and clearing up the soil. We had one big tractor in charge of everything, right? Everything. And it was actually parked where my aunt's little hut was. The chair, the wooden chair that he's is currently making, right over there, right? It's all trees, all grass, all water and stuff like that. The day that they were supposed to start to work, the tractor, for some strange reason, the guy the operator guy of the machine, like, had no idea why it wouldn't start. And then, and then whatever that day, and it didn't start for 2 days. He tried to fix it. He tried to do that and try to do that. And so my mom called me. We're like, oh, just some random thought, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to do this, but the tractor wouldn't start for the past 2 days. And I'm like, really? That's weird. Like, you check the battery, you check the engine. Yeah, they checked everything, it's like a brand new machine. To some people it's like, oh, it might be a coincidence or whatever. And then and then for some reason I said, did you ask the property spirits that you are for permission to be there to get things rolling? And my mom said, I think so, because my mom, she hasn't admitted to me that she believes in these things, right? She's like, oh, it's not real. If you don't think about it, it's not real. She's like my sister. If you don't think about it, they're not there. If you don't talk about it, they're not there, right? And so, and then I said what I said, and she's like, well, that, no, I think so. So she called me back the next day, and she said, the operator guy, apparently he asked for permission. But then I said, did you ask for permission? And she goes, no, but Grandpa did. I said, did you ask for permission? She's like, no. And so, I kid you not, they did a little, like, 3 incense and, a little food offering and a little prayer. Boom. Like, getting goosebumps just talking about it, man. Like, how do you explain that? The next day, right? And my cousin Dong, remember how I was saying that this whole property goes all the way to his house, like the roadway goes all the way straight along the along the water reservoir here, right? And so um and so it goes all the way over there. And he told me when he was younger, when he was sleeping in his living room, when he was like 9 or 10 or whatever, and usually these things happen to children, innocent children, pure soul, right? He told me he still remembers it like it was yesterday, because it was so like it imprinted in his memory. He was just sleeping, and for some reason he couldn't wake up. But he couldn't wake up. But his eyes, he said his eyes was open. My aunt's coming. He said, yeah, like, long story short, he's like, yeah, I felt like something was on top of me. Like I was taking a nap in the middle of the day, 5 p.m. That's why they say don't sleep at that time, because it's like a crossover time or something. Again, whatever you believe in. So he told me the reason why he started telling me this, because I this is when I was like inquiring about all these things, because people are telling me different things. And then he told me that May's grandma told him that his house, his property, the part where he was sleeping in, has a window and has a door, and he was sleeping right across from the window and door. So door, window, and he was in the middle. And so basically that's like a traveling pathway, right? They have a pathway from the door to the window. So I don't know if that makes sense to you. But yeah, so that happened to my cousin. And then actually when we were at the old house, grandpa's old house, both my sister and me had something similar happen to us, but I barely remember. But it's something similar that happened to me and my sister. You can't move, taking a nap in the middle of the day, things like that. And then I'm telling you, man, I have so many stories, but I can't get through them because I feel like I should be doing it as like an interview, to the people who was there, but they don't speak English, so then I have to put like commentary, and it doesn't really give that effect. Last year, actually, after I think it was housewarming, it was the last day. Let me get a drink of water before I tell you this. Wow, this video is going to be so long. Anyway, so the last day of the housewarming, right? So it was the end of the day, and everybody left, and we were just having dinner, just the family. Me, Tong, Tai, all of my aunts, and my cousin from Italy. She was also here. So there's probably a good 10 of us, right? We're sitting right in front of the house, and we made a roll this way and a roll this way. So there's probably like 5 of us here and 5 of us here, or like, I don't know, whatever, 10 of us here, 5 of us here on this side, and there's food along the way. And we're having a good time, laughing. And we were talking about lottery tickets, right? Talking about lottery tickets. And here it's like a known belief, like, oh, that one time that I clicking kettle incident that happened with me and Aaron at the hotel, I told my mom about it, and my mom's like, oh, did you ask the ghosts for a lottery number? Like they believe that, when you dream about something or when you encounter things like that, they usually give you luck. They give you luck, or you can ask them for luck. Anyway, so that night, that week actually was like a lottery week, and so we bought lottery number for the house number of my mom's house, so and so. And then my cousin we were all laughing out loud, and then my cousin just happened to say, oh, great grandpa, I can't believe, you know, we spent all that money and you didn't give us one single winning ticket number. So my cousin Thai, she was sitting right in front of me. I was sitting my back towards the house this way. There was no wind, no chill, no airway. It was humid, it was hot. It was all of a sudden, just before her finishing her sentence, oh, great grandpa, I can't believe you didn't give us a winning tip. And then as for some reason it made it, something inside of me told me to turn around to where this red chair was, this one single red chair that was left there for after the party. I just happened to look over just before she finished her sentence. The chair, I kid you not, just somehow, it, like, the chair was like this, it just fell over. Like, it fell over like someone knocked down the chair. And we all went quiet. We all looked at each other. We're like, oh, great grandpa heard you. And we're like, oh my God, you should have never talked to him like that, blah, blah, blah. And so my aunt, and at that point we were like really scared. And my aunt, who actually lives here right across from over there, she's been living here for the past 10-20 years, and she said, ask me, I have stories, I know who's here and I know who's not here. So for you guys to poke fun, that's not nice, you know. And then so she goes and grabbed the chair that was knocked over mysteriously by no wind at all, and she said, oh, he probably just wants to join us. And so she picks up the chair and she puts it right there, and we all like, oh my God. Like, it was like fun, laughing. Like, it wasn't a scary time, because we kind of know it's like, it's true, we all believe in those the higher being and spirits and things like that. When you talk to it, they hear you, right? And so she goes and grabbed the chair, and she puts it right there, and we're like, oh, what are you doing? You know, like, and he doesn't want to hang out with us. Like, he probably just wants to go sit over there. And anyway, and so that was that. And even up until this day, we still talk about it, because we were all there. That was kind of like the same situation, the same experience as my grandma's funeral, right? You know, there was no wind, and then all of a sudden we all get a whiff of her scent. That one is exactly the same. And so anyways, this video, it's been like 60 minutes. Anyways, I should just cut this short. I'm full because I was too busy talking. My cousin and my mom is probably gonna enjoy this after. Now, everywhere I go, and every time I eat something, I always offer it to the spiritual property or the spirit around me, whatever spirit it may be. And also when I sleep at foreign places, I always ask for permission to sleep there. Now I'm, you know, I know I said I was going to end this earlier, but when we were here, Aaron and my sister and the kids and things like that, and the first night, I told my sister and the kids to ask for permission to sleep here, and somehow she forgot and she didn't think of it, because that's not, you know, that's not where her mind is, right? And so the first night she had trouble sleeping. She couldn't sleep. She was restless. And I said, well, do you ask for permission to stay there? And she goes, oh no, I forgot. And I was like, yeah, that's probably why. So anyways, and the next day, of course, she did, and she had the best sleep ever. But same with Aaron. He now asks permission, because he was there with me when we both experienced the whole kettle lifting up or lifting down. Anyway, you heard that story before. So you guys, I hope I wasn't all over the place. No, I probably was. But yeah, so those are some of the stories that I was supposed to tell you guys like long time ago. It might have been nothing, but it is something, because it's things that happen randomly that there is unexplainable, right? So yeah, you guys, I hope I hope I made sense. Anyways, you guys, until next time, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, give this recipe a try, or let me know what you think in the comments. I know you guys had lots of stories and, you know, from different countries that saying, oh, I didn't know Thai people believe in food offering or like spiritual offerings. Like, yeah, and that's why I love telling stories that I tell, because you just never know who you can connect with, you know? And honestly, if you can't relate or if you don't believe in anything that I say, it's okay, because you shouldn't let my words, my behavior, my action influence you, because I'm not an influencer. I'm just here sharing what I can share and hoping that just keep you company and keep you entertained. That's all I'm here to do. It's not that serious. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye.